My name's Liam. I'm from Premier Sports and Spinal Medicine, and so I'm going to show you some glute rehab exercises for you to do while you're still in self-isolation. So what we're going to do is trying to maintain some glute strengthening exercise if you're going through your lower limb rehab. It's really good for any knee injuries, any hip injuries, or any lower back injuries, and you don't need too much equipment at home. So the first one we're going to do will be demonstrated by Kevin here. All we need is a chair and a small weight. If you don't have a weight at home, you can use a few heavy objects into a shopping bag. And the exercise is called a tippy bird. So what it's going to be is just hinging at the hips and then coming back up, trying to activate the glutes as you're lifting. So Kevin's going to take the weight. He's going to use the chair to balance on. Come on the other side. So he's going to have the weight through his heel, lifting the right leg back as he comes down into the hip hinge. Okay, on the way back up, he's going to try and drive his hips forwards, tucking his tail under and squeezing the glutes to the top. Okay, very nice. Do you want to go through a couple more of those, Kevin? So what we're going to do, when you're doing this exercise at home, ideally you'd go through at least 3 rounds, and in terms of reps, it should be somewhere between 8 and 12, depending on the weight, obviously. Very nice. Okay, so once you've learned how to hinge at the hips and get the glutes active in that position, what we can then do is progress it to a Bulgarian lunge. So what you'd still use just the chair and weight. You'd put your foot up onto the back of the chair, have a nice long step forward with the lunge, and put your foot up onto here. Okay, you're going to start with that same hip hinge that we just did with the tippy bird as you're coming down, and then you'd sink the hips down towards the ground here, and then try and drive the hips forward and come out and squeeze in the glutes, just as you did with the first exercise. In terms of sets and reps, it would be exactly the same. Obviously this one's going to be a bit more challenging. And if in this position where you're getting a bigger hip hinge, you'll get more glute activation. If Kevin was to stay a little bit more upright here and keep upright throughout the movement, he'd get a little bit more work happening through the quads and the glutes as well. So there's another variation that you can work on to get a bit more strengthening through all the muscles in the lower leg. Perfect. So what we're going to do in the coming weeks is go through a few more progressions for all those who are still trying to manage injuries while trying to stay away from the gym and other things, and they'll all be at home based exercise. Okay, so I hope to see you soon.